Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Commentaries by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently on chapter number 6, Yoga of Meditation, Dhyana Yoga, and we are starting shloka number 9 today. So God continues, Suhran Mitraryudasena Madhyastha Dvesha Bandhushu Sadhushvapi cha Papeshu Samabuddhir Vishishyate. Among the yogis, he who has a balanced mind towards well-wishers, friends, enemies, the indifferent, the impartial, hateful, relatives, saints, as well as sinners, excels. So, that is what is meant by a balanced mind. That state is not easy to achieve. Generally, people like their well wishers and hate people who hurt them or cause them harm. So, here God says, if in the truest sense a yogi is one who has equanimity and he treats everybody with equal vision. His behavior, he doesn't go to enemies, etc., but he knows that to treat everybody as God's image. So he is following that process in a deep mystical manner. That is the meaning of this shloka number 10. Yogi yunjita satatama atmanam rahasi sthitaha ekakiyat chittatma nirashira parigraha. A yogi should constantly fix his mind on the divine self. He should abide in solitude, keep his body and mind under his control, and renounce desires and cravings for possessions. So, in very simple terms, God is guiding us on how to be successful on this uh, beautiful, pure journey and how to learn how to meditate. So, the first step is purity, purification, and then God is showing us how to do that. So, how do you fix your mind on the divine self? By going within, staying by yourself, keeping your body and mind under control, keep your thoughts under control, and not have endless desires. Renounce the desires and cravings. The simpler the life, the better. That is why sages and saints and yogis are very simple. They don't have too many possessions because that adds more complexity. So, why do it? They already have the fountain source of peace and joy within. Shloka number 11. Shuchau deshe pratisthapya sthirmanasamatmanaha natyuchidratam nati nicham chailajina kushottaram. In a clean spot which is neither too low nor too high, one should spread kusha grass, a deer skin, and a cloth, one on top of the other. Thus, one establishes a firm seat for the practice of meditation. So, just a little word here. Bhagavad Gita was written long time ago. The history is 5000 some years ago. So at that time, since the sages were in the forest, deers would die and they would use the deer skins, following the path of ahimsa. So here in this practical modern world, you don't need a deer skin to meditate. You can easily use a blanket or some warm thing, so that gives you the conduction of electricity or energy, and it is not grounded. So you basically just need some bad conductor that keeps your energy going. So you don't necessarily need a deer skin, but a blanket and a good cloth on top of that should be just fine. Your body should be comfortable, and a kusha grass is always very good because that is a bad conductor. It keeps your energy going, and kusha grass is generally easily available in most places. So thus, by doing that, you practice, create a seat, keep that meditation place the same day after day if you can. If you have an altar place, wonderful. Then you take a shower, you light a candle, light some incense, and then at that set time you do it every day. Then your mind also comes under control. So here Lord Krishna is guiding us how to meditate properly. That's the beauty of his mercy upon us. And when he says something, he shows us how to do it. Then he says why you should do it. Then he says if you don't do it, what will happen. All kinds of things the Lord wants us to be equipped with. Moving on to shloka number 12. Tatraikagram manah kritva yat chitendriya kriyah upavishya asane yujyat yogamatma vishuddhaye. Having seated himself in a meditative pose and having brought the mind to a state of one pointedness, he should attain mastery over the senses and the mind and practice yoga, samadhi for the purification of the soul. So, the main objective here is to reduce the thoughts, because the thoughts, the more they come, the more agitated we are, and then we cannot meditate. So, first purify by serving selflessly, doing good activities, then stabilizing your body through pranayam, one pointedness, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, concentration. Look at an object and keep your gaze on it, and then slowly, and then with the breathing, long deep breathing, the mind starts to come under control, and then slowly we start enjoying the nectar from within. So it will take practice for most people. People who love meditation can't give it up for anything. They love it so much because of the benefits and the joy that they get out of it. Even very busy people regularly meditate and benefit. Shloka number 13. Samam kashaya shiro grivam dharayan chalam sthiraha sampreksha nasikagram swam dishanavalokayan. Holding the body steady, keeping the center part of the body, neck and head in a straight line, he should focus his gaze at the tip of the nose, uh, which is also known between the eyebrows, that is known as the Agya Chakra. Agya Chakra, chakra means a disc, and Agya means command. So it's like a command center. Once we control the Agya Chakra, all the other chakras in the Kundalini, which is the energy, serpent energy within us, then that is activated, and that helps us greatly without looking around and keeping the mind undistracted. So if we keep the body steady, the mind follows suit. When the breath becomes steady, the mind also becomes steady. Therefore we are told not to move around too much, because we want to lift ourselves in that state of samadhi, and we want the thoughts to subside. So this chapter is profound, very deep, because meditation is one of the pillars of our spiritual sadhana. Next shloka, number 14, God says, Prashantatma vigat bhira brahmacharit vrate sthitah manah sanyamya machitto yukta asita matparah. So peaceful and fearless, established in the vow of brahmacharya, with his mind subdued, his heart directed towards me, and with wholehearted devotion to me, let him sit intent on realizing me. So God is giving us some key indicators on how to do meditation properly. He says, if you are doing this day by day, regularly, then you will become peaceful and fearless. Abhayam. You may have seen so many gods like this. They meaning be fearless. We are giving you blessings. So a yogi becomes peaceful and fearless and established in the vow of brahmacharya. Brahmacharya in this context is sexual celibacy, not wasting our vital energy in idle sense pleasures. If we are serious aspirants wanting to progress on this holy path, why? Because this energy that we generate, we create, is very pure, and it is made out of food and nourishes us, and it takes about 27 days or so to make one drop of that energy, sexual energy that we discharge so many times through useless sensuous activities. And then you may have seen we feel bad, we feel tired, degraded if you overindulge in that. So, if you are on the path of spirituality and following this path, brahmacharya or sexual restraint is one of the key requirements. Why? Because if you are doing it properly, that energy rises upwards through the Kundalini Shakti, and it converts into ojas. Ojas means radiance. So basically, it gives you the aura, and that's why we see yogis and tapasvis, saints, they radiate a kind of fragrance and a kind of light that is very peaceful. People who come in that energy can see the benefit, but they are following brahmacharya very carefully, and they are doing the sadhana regularly. So when we do that, the mind then gets subdued, then the heart is focused towards God, worldly thoughts decline because rajas is no longer there, worldly activities are no longer there. We are simply now connecting with the universal energy, and then with wholehearted devotion to God, we are sitting and intent on realizing the Supreme. What a beautiful shloka that is. Nobody said these things are easy. Initially, they are hard because we are so addicted to the ways of the world. But once we start getting used to it, they start reducing in frequency as we grow. And then comes a stage where all the worldly activities and all these desires, they stop, and then we are established in the self. So that is the meaning of this beautiful shloka, and we will continue this journey in tomorrow's satsanga. This is a profound chapter. Every chapter is profound, of course, of the Bhagavad Gita, but this one for people who are trying to meditate, just because our mind is so restless and we all want that peace and one pointed concentration, and the joy and bliss that we miss so much. The world cannot give you that. It resides inside of you. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.